So when would it be a good time to travel to Mexico on vacation to an all-inclusive resort? Well, we've been to Mexico in February once, and in the Cancun area, Secrets the Vine Cancun, which is in the Cancun hotel zone. In February, I would say the water in the ocean was a bit cold, as you might assume. We've been here in October, we've been here at the very end of September. And personally, I think May is a good time to go. If you don't mind humidity, of course. And if you don't mind the sun, which if you're going to a place like this, I assume that you'd be okay with that. October was also pretty warm, pretty sunny. I can't quite remember if it was as humid as it is right now in October, but May is definitely a good choice. However, I will say that if you're looking for a good bargain, if you're looking for a good price, September and October tend to be cheaper, especially September. Resorts that might be very expensive and out of your price range in the winter, or in March, or April and May, they might be more affordable for you in September, which is also the case with us, of course. If you check mid-September, you'll notice that the prices are lower than in the winter, March, April, May. It's definitely September, good time to go, or October. So if you go in September, October, you might, if you look at the forecast, it might say that the weather is supposed to be rainy and cloudy, but to be honest, it can be cloudy on and off. It can rain once in a few days, maybe a couple days out of a couple of weeks, but truthfully, the rain will pass pretty quickly generally, and then it will be sunny again. So September, good prices, good weather. I definitely recommend booking in September or October. For that reason, mainly, prices. And so part one of this video, we kind of just showed you the pools. We went to the lobby, we came from the entrance of the resort, and what we're going to do now is we're going to just walk over to the front of the resort, front meaning the ocean side, I guess, ocean side of the resort, where we're going to visit the beach. We're going to talk about what is going on with the seaweed, what is the seaweed situation here, because I understand that, I also forgot to mention on the other side over there, near the entrance over there, you'll notice there's a fence. Those are tennis courts. They also have bike tours. In addition to tennis lessons, they have bike tours. They have, you can shoot an air rifle. I did play tennis last year. The instructor was very nice. It was a grueling workout because I hadn't played tennis in a while, and I saw that I was pretty out of shape. Clearly I was no professional tennis player. But there's definitely things to do here. They have shows at night. They have the Michael Jackson show tonight, I think. Or, no, sorry, it was last night. Today is Friday, May 10th. Different shows every day of the week. And if you have any questions about what shows they have, questions about the food options, questions about when certain eateries are open, you can always ask the front desk, or you can ask other employees, and they'll try to direct you to the appropriate department. So you should never be concerned about a lack of service here. People are very willing to help, very enthusiastic, very dedicated. They've worked very hard, clearly. So we're just walking actually towards, I hope we're walking towards the beach, since I promised we were going to look at the beach and the seaweed. And why do I keep mentioning seaweed? Well, basically, correct me if I'm wrong, but, well, I might be wrong, but a few years ago it wasn't as much of an issue, but now if you go on travel sites and you read reviews, you might notice that people are saying, oh, there's seaweed in the water, there's seaweed in the water. And it's difficult to really convey what that means unless you've actually if you're reading reviews and you've never seen the seaweed in person, you might think, oh, it's not a big deal, or it's not going to happen to me, but if you do like to swim in the ocean, then it might be interesting to see what it looks like here, because I asked the security guard who guards the beach area to make sure people don't go into this resort. He mentioned that it has to do with the temperature, so, which I think makes sense. In hotter months there might be more seaweed. If you're in the Cancun hotel zone, however, and if you would like to avoid seaweed, if you do like swimming in the ocean, if you like to avoid seaweed, I highly recommend hotels that are at the top of the hotel zone. So when I say at the top, I mean for looking at Google Maps and just go up, go to the top of the hotel zone, you're looking at Hyatt Ziva, Cancun, which is a very, very good family-friendly resort with lots of pools, lots of food options. So there's Hyatt Ziva Cancun with an incredible beach. Hotel Rio Palace Las Americas, Dreams Sands Cancun. So those resorts are really at the top of that area, the top of the hotel zone. Oh, there's a cat over there. So anyways, at the top of the hotel zone, the beach, the ocean is less turbulent, the smaller waves, very relaxing, very calm beach. But most of the hotel zone, I mean, tends to be a red flag or a yellow flag a lot. It's just, it might be subjective, but the waves are kind of big and it's difficult to swim there. I think that's one thing that I prefer, where I would prefer the Dominican Republic. They have Bavaro Beach, which we haven't been there in 2.5 years, but Bavaro Beach and Punta Cana and the beach in Uvero Alto, they're very swimmable. Uvero Alto is more calm, that area where they have Nickelodeon, that resort. Breathless, Punta Cana, Excellence, Punta Cana. But Bavaro Beach, where they have most of the resorts in Punta Cana along that area, very swimmable, very fun. There are some waves, but again, I found the beach to be swimmable. But one thing I noticed when I went to the Cancun hotel zone is that, for example, the resorts in front of Hard Rock, Cancun, that area, yeah, the beach is kind of rough. Not many people swimming there if you've seen pictures. So anyways, back to the seaweed. A few years ago it wasn't as bad, but in more recent years, notably the last 2 or 3 years, I would say, people have started noticing that, well, there's seaweed washing up on the beach and in the water, and it's a little bit more difficult to swim when there's seaweed, but it also visually, it's not just visually, but you can notice it. It doesn't look as great. I mean, not as picturesque, obviously. It also kind of smells a little bit. But what the concern is that, what if it gets worse and worse every year? So for example, I was reading reviews on travel sites from people who went in April, and they mentioned that there's seaweed. And April might not even be a very hot month, but if the seaweed is starting in March or April, I mean, can you imagine what it's going to be like in July and August? But anyways, not a huge deal, because again, this resort, Excellence Riviera Cancun, adults only, has large pools. So if you just want to be in the water, not a problem, just go to the pools. And I mean, the ocean is not entirely unswimmable. You can just swim a little bit farther out and you can find a little spot where there's not too much seaweed. It's not a big deal, but for people who have been to Mexico and a few years in a row, maybe starting a few years ago, they probably noticed that there's a change, more seaweed. But we're going to show you. I'm just not going to talk about it. We're going to go and look for ourselves what it looks like. As soon as we stop getting lost, I apologize for that. I think we're near the beach now. I hope. Yes, I think we are near the beach. Maybe not, but we're getting there. Let's turn around, actually. Sorry about that. It's because I'm looking at the camera and I'm not looking at the signs. See? So let's walk a little bit faster. So in part one, again, if you want to watch part one, feel free to watch part one. If you don't mind listening to me, where we talked about the pools and a little bit about all-inclusive resorts in general. Hi. And we just looked at the pools a lot because they're very beautiful. Oh, did I accidentally? Okay. So we were here previously, I think in part one we were here, but basically, as you can see, it's a beautiful day. We are near the main plaza where they are setting up for Mexican night, which is a once-a-week event that they have, where they have a buffet outside. Very, very nice of the management to organize these events. Some of them are once a week, different kinds of themed events where you can eat it. You can eat outside. They set up lots of chairs and tables. Again, they have live music. The employees are extremely nice. Great overall experience. Hi. Buenos dias. And I cannot emphasize that enough. It's very hot and humid, and especially in the restaurants, some of the employees and the buffet, they have to wear long sleeve shirts, and they're kind of sweating. It's difficult, but the level of service is just, it's really impeccable sometimes. And I always have to remind myself, yeah, we're here on vacation, but they're working very hard to provide personalized service to everyone and to maintain that level of enthusiasm. And I definitely commend them for that, and commend the management for enforcing and reinforcing this high level of service, these standards. And there's a reason why they're number one in this area. I think there might be 28 hotels in this city of Puerto Morelos, Mexico. This Excellence Riviera Cancun is currently number one on TripAdvisor, and on Travelocity it has a pretty high rating. That's another thing I will say. If you've never been to an all-inclusive, you might say, well, which one is the best? If you've never been to an all-inclusive resort before, you might ask yourself, oh, which one is the best? What are the best resorts? How can I find the best resort? Well, the answer is there's a lot of subjectivity involved, because different resorts, they might have different amenities, different size pools, different options to eat. They might be smaller, larger, they might have different features, but basically I would recommend going to TripAdvisor and finding a list of the best resorts in whichever area you're planning to go. Whether are you planning to go to Cancun, then go to TripAdvisor and find the best resorts in Cancun. And now I find that the reviews on Travelocity or Expedia, the ratings, they're rated out of 5. Those are, the overall ratings there are a good indicator of how good the resort is. So go to Travelocity, search the name of your resort. If it has at least a 4.4 out of 5, then that means it's objectively, or somewhat objectively, a good resort. So this resort, I think, has maybe 4.7 out of 5. Excellence Riviera Cancun. But at the end, it's really up to you. If you've never been to an all-inclusive resort, I would recommend this. Again, it's Excellence Riviera Cancun is adults only, which means 18 and older, and 21 and older to be the person who's booking. So if you're booking this resort, I think you must be 21 or older. And then other people traveling with you have to be 18 and older. So again, not for families, kids under 18, but if you are an adult and you're looking for a good experience at an all-inclusive resort, I cannot recommend this resort enough. I also recommend Hyatt Ziva Cancun, which is located in the Cancun hotel zone, and that is family friendly and people of all ages are allowed. So again, we haven't been to too many resorts, but we've been to a few resorts which have high ratings on Travelocity and seem to have a lot of repeat customers. And again, it's subjective. I'm not saying if I enjoy the resort that you're absolutely going to enjoy the resort, but I'm just offering a recommendation. We've been here twice and we enjoy it. As you can see, this is just one of the many pools that they have. So there's really something for everyone here. If you don't like to swim, that's totally fine. There's also a gym, different activities, really, different things to do. as you can see, we are finally next to the beach, and we're gonna head over there very soon. So we can talk about that seaweed that I've been mentioning ad nauseum. So when you're choosing a resort, it's really, if you've never been to an all-inclusive before, I'd recommend asking your friends and family, coworkers, or just doing some research online. I mean, the internet is readily available. Go ahead and just type something in like best resorts in Mexico, best resorts in Cancun, best resorts in Playa del Carmen, Puerto Morelos, in different areas of Mexico. And just start reading. Start reading and start reading and start reading. Go to TripAdvisor, look at some reviews, look at bad reviews, look at good reviews, go to Travelocity, read the reviews there, and start to form an overall picture in your head. A picture of what the experience might be like. Also, definitely look at pictures, go to YouTube like you are right now. Watch videos of the resorts. Think about it, could you see yourself here? Of course, the videos are not necessarily going to tell the whole story, but such as this video, I mean, I cannot tell you that you're going to absolutely enjoy it and have a flawless experience, but I'm just trying to provide a picture of, could you imagine yourself here? So we're going to head over to the ocean right now, the beach. So, hope you're all enjoying this video. I apologize if I've been talking too much. And I also apologize that it's a little bit cloudy because I recognize that the colors will not be as vibrant. But we are going to check out the ocean. So we've walked quite a bit right now around the resort. We have made our way through the pools, through the lobby. I don't think I showed you where the main buffet is, Barcelona, which is open for breakfast and lunch. Great buffet, lots of fruits, selection of fruits. Again, great service. But we are going to do that after we check out the ocean. You might be interested to know what it's like to swim here. Again, this is not, the resort is called Excellence Riviera Cancun, but just be aware that we are located near the city of Cancun, but this is not the main hotel zone, if you're not familiar with that. There's a famous, well, very well-known hotel zone, Zona Hotelera Hotel Zone, which is usually what people think of, I think, when they think of the city of Cancun, but this is the city of Puerto Morelos M Orelos, Morelos, which is near Cancun, and this resort is called Excellence Riviera Cancun, but we are not in the hotel zone. We are in an area where there is a lot more space available, which is why these resorts tend to have a lot of area. They've lots of land, basically. Lots of land available. Behind these resorts, there's just there's a forest. There's lots of woods, the jungle, I guess you can call it. Okay, here's what we've been waiting for. Today it actually doesn't look too bad, but if we walk a little bit further to the left, we might see where more of the seaweed has been piling up. But keep in mind that they do actually clean it up. I think they have a tractor that they use to clean the seaweed in the mornings, which definitely helps, but sometimes it's just a losing battle because the seaweed will just keep on arriving. Drink service by the ocean. And over there, actually, we have, it's open for, I think that is Las Olas. I don't know if it's 12 o'clock noon yet, but it opens at noon. It's a, there's a restaurant by the beach. Actually, I don't know if that is it because they might have done some renovations, but there was a restaurant near the beach, a buffet style restaurant called Las Olas, O-L-A-S. We went here last year, but again, they spent money on renovating that restaurant last year, so I'm not quite sure if that is it, but it looks like it. So kudos to them for spending money to improve their facilities when they're already such a great resort. So let's go a little bit closer now. Oh, actually, check it out. We might have a demonstration right here. We might have a demonstration. Maybe not, but you can see the kinds of... Some resorts they put some kind of cable in the water around an area of the ocean to stop the seaweed from coming in, but again, not 100% effective. And here it seems that they're going to start moving some of the seaweed using a tractor and putting it on some sort of attachment to remove it from the beach. But again, largely fighting a losing battle here because there really is a lot. Now I want you to just bear with me a moment. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, or a lot actually. Okay, do you see? Trying to focus on the sun, but yeah, there we go. You see it? Yeah, a lot of seaweed over there. We're not gonna walk, but you can see it, and it smells in the distance. So clearly, it is a beautiful day. The sand is very soft. Believe me, the sand is very soft, but fortunately, there is some seaweed. But again, the truth is, if you just wander out a little bit farther into the ocean, just a little bit, the water's a little bit more blue, and you can actually swim. It's not a huge deal. So there are people swimming. There are no people swimming. However, you can swim if you want. The waves are not big. It's just that you have to get past a little bit of seaweed. But today it doesn't actually look that bad. It was a couple days ago. It actually looked a lot worse. So It's not a huge deal, but it's noticeable. What can I say? It is noticeable. So we're going to actually make our way back around the resort, and we're going to just show you the area where they have the breakfast and lunch buffet. And after that, we will be almost done. We're going to just finish our tour in the lobby. But I really hope you enjoyed. It's a beautiful day, beautiful resort. Again, it's called Excellence Riviera Cancun, adults only. Kids under 18, people under 18 not allowed here. If you're looking for a more family-friendly experience where they allow people under 18, you might want to check out Hyatt Ziva Cancun, where we have been. I will not recommend resorts that we haven't been to, just because I can say which ones are probably good, but again, I don't know anything about resorts we haven't been to. So Hyatt Ziva Cancun, which is I think it's 270-degree views of the ocean on its own tiny peninsula, I guess you could call it. Hyatt Ziva opened in January of 2016, relatively new, but the service is very good. Many places to eat, large pools, lots of rooms. Here's the swim-up bar. But again, we're not talking about other resorts right now. We're just talking about why you should stay here. Why should you stay here? Well, the employees are very hardworking, very friendly. The service is fantastic. People work extremely hard. I emphasize that as much as possible. The pools are very large. There's many pools. The territory is very expansive. As you can see, I got lost a couple of times, which is not a bad thing. You enjoy nature, enjoy the greenery, many places to walk around, many places to eat. You have Roma, which is a coffee house, freshly squeezed juices, pastries, sandwiches, coffee, drinks. Breakfast and lunch buffet. Also, some of the restaurants are open during lunch. Sports bar, where you can have salads and fast food type food, or not just fast food type food, but other things as well. Again, I think they have salads. Sports bar open until from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. where they can watch TV, sports, obviously. Room service, 24-hour room service available. They have a crepe station. They have, what else do they have? It's really difficult to go hungry here because there is really a lot to eat here. So we're just going to make our way around the ocean side of the resort, and we're going to show you where they have the buffet, and then I think we might be almost done at that point. So thank you for watching if you made it this far, or if you've watched the whole thing. But at the end of the day, it's if you want to go to an all-inclusive, or if you don't, of course it's up to you. They have some resorts in Cancun, which are in the Cancun hotel zone, which are not all-inclusive, meaning food is not included. So totally up to you if you want to, in that scenario, if you just want to kind of venture outside and go visit some of the local restaurants they have in Cancun, or if you want to just pay for the restaurants on the premises. But in all-inclusives, again, at an all-inclusive, you have a lot of different services included in one price. Again, certain things might cost extra, like expensive bottles of wine, spa treatments, excursions, things that you can do here but aren't included in the price that you pay, like excursions. If you want to go on a tour, that'll be an extra cost, but you generally get the idea. You get to eat at the buffet, you get to have your room with the mini bar restocked daily, room service, enjoy the pools, walk around, get a drink at the bar, get a smoothie. Included in the price. Some resorts have bracelets. This resort does not have bracelets. So, not really important, but just something to note. So we've reached the end of the resort. This end of the resort, there's which restaurant is this? Oregano, Italian restaurant, pizza, pasta. And we're near the buffet, so let's just show you what that looks like. Oh, my mistake. I think it says Toscana is the Italian restaurant. I think I made a mistake there. Okay. Toscana, Italian restaurant. And Oregano, I think you can order pizza here. I think. Okay. So yeah, there's just many different places to eat. So you might say you want to go to a different restaurant every day, but they might have a buffet outside like they do today. It's called Mexican Night. And you'll eat a lot there, and you might not need to go to a restaurant, but certainly there's restaurants available. Okay, we're in the shade. This is good. This is good. Very sunny outside. Look at this beautiful pool here. Barcelona. This is the buffet. Breakfast and lunch buffet. The staff here are incredible, really. It's quite an experience to eat here at the buffet just because the staff are so good at what they do. We're just gonna walk around back to the lobby. Okay, as you can see, since I made this video, they've made significant progress setting up for Mexican Night. Again, it's a once a week buffet that they have outside. They're setting up right now. They organize these events, which really it mixes things up a little bit, and it shows they work hard to entertain their guests and to make sure that they're satisfied, and also there's really an emphasis on customer service and enforcing a high level of service, making sure that people are happy, because repeat customers means more money, and of course they're in the business of operating a hotel, which one of the goals, of course, is, well, the goal is to make money, or else this hotel will not exist anymore. So, well, it seems that we are back in the lobby. Restroom over there. This is the elevator, which goes all the way up here to the top of the lobby, the first floor of the lobby, and or you can take the stairs, which are over there. And I think we're just gonna walk up the stairs and finish up this video. This is another restaurant. This is the French restaurant, Jezebel. So it looks like we are almost at the end of our tour. I would just like to say thank you for watching. If you did watch any part of these videos, it's very much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed just looking around at this beautiful all-inclusive resort. Some of the things that make this resort unique, special, a place to visit more than once. That is about it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you join us sometime in the future when we visit a different resort. A different, exciting resort with large pools, hopefully, in a beautiful territory. But for now, this is Excellence Riviera Cancun, located in Puerto Morelos, Mexico. All-inclusive, adults only. Paradise. That is the best word I can use to describe this experience. It is paradise. Anyways, have a nice day, and we'll see you next time.